We will be starting soon. College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, Wednesday, the 7th of December 2022, 12:30 p.m. Congratulations to our University of Birmingham graduands. Here we are in the Great Hall at the heart of the Edgbaston campus. Attendees, mostly graduands and their friends and family, are seated. Here are the student musicians. It's great to see them returning to ceremonies following the pandemic. we're getting started. Here's the first of our 2 mace bearers beginning the ceremony. The centenary mace bearer is usually a staff member who has volunteered to take part in the ceremony. The mace bearer enters through the back of the Great Hall and leads a procession of staff to the stage. Who is the second of the 2 mace bearers, follows. The maces are placed on stage for the duration of the ceremony.
It gives me the greatest pleasure to declare this congregation open.
Good afternoon and welcome to Birmingham. I'm Mark Sterling, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences. In many places around the world, December is traditionally viewed as a month to celebrate and enjoy time with family and friends and colleagues. So it feels very apt to welcome you here today to celebrate your graduation during this most festive of seasons. As we begin, look around you. This Great Hall was designed as a cathedral to learning and is placed at the heart of our campus. And I can't think of a more stunning venue, a more appropriate venue to honour your achievements. Since the hall was built in the 1900s, thousands of students have graduated, and you are about to follow in that tradition. Hopefully, you'll feel the same sense of excitement and fulfilment that they also felt. They donned their caps and gowns, observed the same rituals and traditions that you are observing, many of which go back hundreds of years to the establishment of the first universities in the early 12th century. I've had the pleasure of being part of many graduation ceremonies, and yet still feel the same sense of anticipation on these occasions, as well as a sense of immense pride for what you've achieved. I particularly enjoy December graduations as we celebrate such a broad range of achievements. There are those among you who've been with us for several years, studying for an undergraduate degree or undertaking a higher or professional apprenticeship. Some of you will have dedicated the last few years to undertaking original research which expands the boundaries of knowledge, and you're here to get your PhD. For those of you who've studied for a master's qualification or completed a leadership programme, your time with us may have been shorter. Indeed, you may have spent very little time on campus, and had studied at your workplace or elsewhere. You are all very much part of the University of Birmingham family. Think back for 1 minute to the moment you decided to join us. You made that decision because you trusted that studying here would expand your knowledge, would allow you to take the next step in your career, or maybe because you wanted to further the world's understanding through your research. And you made that decision despite the challenges and sacrifices that lay ahead. I know that many of you have been juggling studies alongside work, family, or other caring commitments. And I understand what a gigantic task that can be. Trust me, I really do. Many of you came to Birmingham from outside of the UK. I know that this meant leaving family and friends, getting to grips in a new culture, all at the same time as studying. And the sacrifices you have made may not be yours alone. There are family and friends here celebrating with you who have also perhaps had to make changes as they've supported you through your journey. Let me tell you now, it was all worth it. Just for a second, consider what you've achieved. Your stories will all be different, but they'll have a common thread. You have explored new ideas and tackled seemingly insurmountable problems and overcome them. You have met new people and have been inspired in many different ways. You have learned more about the world around you, and you have advanced your potential. An advanced potential to go on to achieve greater and better things. I hope that you look back on this with a huge sense of pride. Today is an important step for you, an important step on your journey towards doing something different. A time to celebrate your tenacity, determination, and drive that you've shown to reach your goals. You now have the opportunity to apply your expertise in an even different way, in a bigger way, to make a real difference. Indeed, we are looking to you to address the problems of the world now and in the future. You will soon graduate from one of the country's top universities, and we are enormously proud that you are part of our legacy. During your time here, you will have been taught by and collaborated with some of the best researchers in the world and have been inspired by their enthusiasm and knowledge in their area. You'll also have been supported in a myriad of different ways by tutors and the student support team around you. I'd like you now to take the opportunity to thank everyone at the university who has supported you during your time here, some of whom have been able to join us today and are sitting on the stage with me now. Can we give them a round of applause, please? I can see, as I look out across the Great Hall, that there are people in this room with very proud faces. And I know from experience that some of them will have a tear in their eye or a lump in their throat as you walk up on stage to graduate. There'll be people watching online or elsewhere who'll be thinking of you and who are very proud of everything that you've achieved. You will all have that person or those people who believe in you, people who supported you and showed you kindness and made sacrifices for you, and without whom you would not be here now. Graduands, let's give those people a round of applause and a massive cheer to say thank you to everyone who's made this possible. Soon you'll come onto the stage and the Chancellor, Lord Bilimoria, will admit you to your degree. This is your moment. When your name is read out, that will be your graduation. And friends and family, that is your cue to make as much noise as you can, to clap, to cheer, and even if the mood takes you to whoop, perhaps. So a final bit of advice from me. Please be careful on the steps. Give a big smile for the camera and don't forget to savour your moment. My warmest congratulations to you all. Well done.
Now for the handing of the scrolls. The graduands will walk to the centre and collect their scroll from the conferring officer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Clive Roberts, the head of the School of Engineering, and I'm the presenting officer today. Chancellor, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduands as listed in my programme and prove worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Chancellor, I admit those persons listed in the programme, both in attendance and in absentia, to the degree for which they are to be presented.
College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, School of Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy. For research into absorption heat pumps for water desalination and cooling, Ibrahim Albaik. For research into the modelling and analysis of high-voltage direct current transmission systems, Nan Chen. For research into the tribological properties of mechanochemical finishing, James Firth. Research into short-range, high-resolution radar imaging, Furkan Korkmaz. For research into understanding the deformation behaviour during heat-assisted incremental sheet forming of titanium alloys, Weining Li. For research into point grinding of aerospace materials, Fernanda del Rosero Medina Aguirre. For research into hybrid manufacturing of high-value metal components, Aldi Mehmeti. For research into enabling technologies for laser-enabled surface functionalisation employing laser-induced periodic surface structures, Alexandra Milena Mikulek. For research into surface identification for autonomous platform path negotiations, Shahzad Minui Sabre. For research into modelling of virtual power plants under uncertainty, James Norton. For research into sustainable water treatment using nature-based agents, Benjamin Okuru. For research into modelling tribological events by acoustic emission measurements for artificial joint materials, Khadija Abiola Aloranlambe. For research into the influence of milling strategies and material microstructure on surface integrity when machining nickel-based superalloys, Luis Arnaldo Soriano Gonzalez. For research into a method for classification, object detection and tracking of different roadside targets in high-frequency imaging radar using deep neural networks, Anna Raluca Stroshku. For research into novel electromagnetic metasurfaces for modern communication, Evangelos Vassos. For research into catalytic technologies for methane reduction in natural gas-fueled powertrains, Amar Wabi. For research into floating wind turbines and their environmental and economical impacts, Nurullah Yildiz. Master of Science, Advanced Engineering Management, Sayed Ayman. Amir Faris. Upendra Kumar Gadagala Ramasubramanian. Harshuda Rajesh Harian. Ming Hao He. E.G. Mohammed Iksan. Shanal Jen. Nikhilesh Umesh Kawa. Shravan Jitesh Kiran Kumar. Emma Ming Van Nguyen Hu Nan. Kamil Abdi Osman. Tahir Pervez. Ankit Rai. Zhe Wen Tao. Advanced Engineering Management, Construction Management, Matthew Booth. Julio Cesar Cabrera Aguila. Eugene Christian Lee Caranto Katungui. Rahul Das. Nikhil Madipati. Manik Raj Mani Mutu. Nasil Sani. Advanced Engineering Management, Operations Management, Rishab Raj. Advanced Engineering Management, Project Management, Zinib Akcha. Matthew Beckett. Vijay Kalyan Raman. Abdullah Masood. Faiza Mir. Hamza Razak. Nabil Shahrizar. Poshawi Shiri Yaranum. Bohan Jung. Advanced Engineering Management, Systems Management, Datar Vinay Alururi. Balasubramanian Yogesh. Advanced Mechanical Engineering, Ho Lam Ol Young. Ryan Bianchi. Ardash Kalyankara. Deepak Chilla. Georgia Clark. Pei Feng Ding. Asfa Gurung. Ashkan Mahmood Khan. Chun Tung Liu. Gowa Wei Lu. Yushin Liu. Mohammed Nihal. Saksham Sharma. Sohail Talibali. Yi Wang. Meng Da Wu. Ray Feng Ye. Yu Dong Zhao. Civil Engineering, Chuk Ying Cheong. Daniel Chung. Sarah Abdul Salam Hanafi Gad. Vihanga Rashimika Heymathatane. James Patrick Partridge. Car Value So Far. Mohammed Nazir Taha Ate. Usman Ali Hussain. Haripreet Shobhana Raman. Ali Kosari. Mohammed Mohammed. Kamil Jahangir Tandvi. Shiv Shashikant Takar. Attila Pul Tepala. Han Wu. Communications Engineering, Kanta Aniyoma. Zhu Rei Chong. Israt Gulen. Electrical Power Systems, Yipeng Chen. Matthew James Dixon. Ray Du. Kamar Haj Othman. Babi Sida Mohammed Hamadi. Imsulong Jamia. Jethin Dan John. Yulin Liu. Greeny Osei Nektia. Rohit Panish. Alan Philip Binu. Haran Subrahmanian Ramanathan. Saraf Jayendran. Chinju Sebastian.
Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, members of the University, honoured guests, graduates and graduands. Sitting at the back of this magnificent hall today, having been, or as you wait to be called to receive your degree, you will hear about your potential for greatness, for leadership, and most importantly, how very proud our great university is of you soon-to-be alumni. Today, we see the fruition of that potential as we honour one of our own. I am delighted to be able to introduce Mr. David Wright, a shining example of engineering leadership. David, National Grid's Group Chief Engineer, works across all operations in the UK and US. He ensures a focus on engineering at a senior level within National Grid, playing a critical role in overcoming the engineering challenges required to transition to net zero. This is no small task, with a portfolio of assets worth some £45 billion. He is also National Grid's engineering ambassador, growing the group's engineering credentials and advising governments on their own energy transition. He led National Grid's electricity transmission business here in the UK for 8 years, and indeed its recent acquisition of Western Power Distribution. As our graduates consider their ambitions, they can learn much from David's example. Now, David was always going to be an engineer. Some pertinent advice from his metallurgist father diverted him from a career in civil engineering. For my civil engineering colleagues, stick with it, it gets better. To electricity and electronics, but perhaps most importantly, encouraged him to get a real job before going to university. After a near miss with Shell, David joined VSEL, building nuclear submarines at a shipyard in Barrow-in-Furness for a year. He then came to this university to read electrical and electronic engineering and graduated in 1990. That wasn't the end to his adventures, though, with VSEL, which continued throughout his degree and indeed afterwards, moving from Bath from Barrow and from submarines to warships, designing electrical and generation distribution systems. It was during this time that he learnt the importance of systems resilience under extreme conditions, an essential career that's followed, a theme that's followed him throughout his career. His career and time at VSEL was cut short by the Thatcher government's Options for Change Defence Review, but nevertheless, it was about this time that he saw an advert for a position at National Grid's control centre. He applied, and the rest, as they say, is history. Looking back on his career, some of his most notable projects include managing constraint costs on the UK network that encompass some £200 million worth of generation capacity outages. As a relatively inexperienced engineer, David led a team to creatively manage and reconfigure the network and substations to reduce this to 40 million in just 2 years, a considerable cost saving. It's projects like this that has taught him to trust his judgment, and perhaps this is one of David's most valuable characteristics. One of many that has led to a fantastically interesting career. And why, you may ask? Well, permit me just for a moment for an example. David was the national shift lead during the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales. He and his team had forecast the predicted energy usage during the televised service that was watched by some 2.5 billion people across the globe. Now, in making his predictions, what he had not accounted for was Sir Elton John. At about 11 o'clock, the Rocket Man sat down at his piano in Westminster Abbey and started to sing Candle in the Wind. As his dulcet tones filled the Abbey, the whole nation froze, mesmerised by his performance. David and his team, who were in control of the grid at that time, were not expecting this reaction. Frequency quickly rose. Network demand dropped off the edge of a cliff. The nuclear option, I'm told in this situation, is that generators take independent action at 50.4 Hertz. That causes a loss of control and synchronization of the grid, which to you and I means that now I'd be talking about the fact that the service was interrupted. His team, under David's calm leadership, caught the grid at 50.38 Hertz. It was not until the lonely drive home after the shift that thoughts of what if emerged. But his whole career, just like this example, has combined equal measures of adventure and challenge. As well as being a fantastic engineer, David is a great facilitator, bringing people together to collaborate and solve significant engineering challenges in gas and electricity networks to deliver net zero. These links could be how the engineering is done, for example, to reflect new technologies or the new energy mix on the network, or to think about how National Grid delivers engineering at scale. And here is the problem. The peak UK demand will be approximately 50 gigawatts by 2030. An additional 50 gigawatts of offshore wind must be built and connected to the network by the same year to meet those ambitious targets. It is a phenomenal engineering feat, and if nothing else, it's as big a civil engineering challenge as it is an electrical one. I told you it was worth waiting for it. Although David has led a very distinguished career, recognised by his election in 2018 to a fellowship in the Royal Academy of Engineering, he speaks of his achievements with great modesty, despite being cited as an outstanding engineer who's made a substantial contribution to the UK and US energy delivery systems. This great accolade humbles him, as does indeed receiving this honorary degree here today. He's equally proud to be the first person in National Grid to be a chartered gas and electrical engineer. David is a thoroughbred engineer. And so, Chancellor, it seems entirely fitting that our great university should recognise his exceptional contributions to UK and US energy delivery systems, and indeed the engineering profession as a whole, through the award of an honorary degree here today. And so, to you and to the university, I present Mr. David Wright, deemed worthy of being admitted to the degree of Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa.
By virtue of my authority as Chancellor, it gives me the greatest of pleasure to admit you to the degree of Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa. Many congratulations.
Thank you, Deputy. Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, members of the university, graduates, graduands, and guests. It's an absolute privilege to be here with you all today. Indeed, an honour to accept a degree alongside all of you talented students. Most importantly, however, to the graduates and the graduands, I'd like to take a moment of congratulations To earn a degree, given the tumultuous period we've been through over the last couple of years with the COVID pandemic, is a real accolade, I think, for each and every one of you, as how we live, how we study, how we work has had to adapt and change just so much. It's an exceptional achievement. So alongside your degree qualification, I really do sincerely hope that you will always list tenacity as one of your key attributes. I'm sure each of you have many people, some of them here today, some of them at home, who are incredibly proud of you. It now falls for me, I think, to give you some insight into the road ahead, to share some of the lessons I have learned along the way, and to reiterate to each of you, I think, the scale of the challenge and the opportunity that lies in front of you all. Now, 32 years ago, I was sat in one of those seats exactly where you are today, a new graduate with the span of my entire career in front of me. I remember everything from that time really well. Kate Bush was in the charts, Top Gun was playing at the cinema. And now, 3 decades later, so much has changed. Kate Bush is still in the charts, and Top Gun is still in the cinema. And what a great film Maverick was, by the way. And as you know, almost everything about us is a product of remarkable engineering in our lifestyle today, which in itself is a wondrous combination of both science and creativity. From iPhones to satellites, from satellite positioning systems to aeroplanes, to food projection, through to the development of vaccines. Whatever you think about, delivering innovation that changes and transforms people's lives is what engineering is all about. And this, of course, is an absolute privilege. And it's with privilege comes great responsibility. Global economies sit on the shoulders of engineers. Lives will depend on the inventions of the future. And the long-term health of the planet will, in no small way, be directly impacted and reflect the pace of engineering progress over the coming decades. There is a lot still to be done. Now, my career in engineering has been incredibly fulfilling, more than I ever could have possibly imagined 30 years ago. It's afforded me an incredible opportunities to work and to serve. In particular, my career in energy has maintained my enthusiasm over 3 decades. I feel as strongly about the power and the importance of engineering today as I did as a new graduate. As you've heard, I've sat in control rooms, I've advised governments, I've overseen multi-billion pounds worth of infrastructure projects. I've hosted a global conference inspiring over 5,000 delegates from across the world. And I hope I have led teams to make a material, meaningful difference in the delivery of a clean, fair and affordable energy future for all of us. Now, these experiences have undoubtedly shaped me as a person. They've changed my way of thinking, and they've allowed me to learn valuable and lifelong lessons. So to the advice. My first piece of advice is to champion diversity in all of its forms. Learn how to be a really good ally to others if you know you're one of those, like I, who has benefited from privilege. Advocate in the strongest possible terms for inclusive environments, for fairness and for transparency. The best engineers I know are the best engineers because they are so willing to learn, determined to succeed, bold in their ambition and steadfast in their courage. And these are the very parameters on which we should judge. Nothing else matters in my view. There are no losers from increased diversity and inclusion, only winners. So please do remember that. I think another piece of advice I would give you all is to really think about how you learn from your mistakes. I've spent a whole career doing this. And to be realistic about the fact, actually, when you make them. My secret is to learn from them, though. This is how you grow as an individual and as a person. Sometimes they may be small, relatively inconsequential mistakes that you make. Sometimes they can be quite big and dramatic. I once ordered a very, very expensive electrical subsea cable. We assured the design of that, we assured the manufacturing of it, but neglected actually to assure the installation of that cable. And that was a very expensive error, I can assure you. And it's something I haven't repeated since. Make sure that you work hard on the personal growth. Each mistake or circumstance presents you with an incredible learning opportunity. So please do seize that opportunity to learn. And this is also something that is really important. My third piece of advice actually is to believe in yourself. You've already achieved so much, but to continue developing your skills and your knowledge, a commitment to professional growth will never serve you badly. Continue to study if you so wish, and as you enter the world of work, preserve your sense of curiosity, desire for accuracy, and belief in delivering outcomes. As engineering graduates, I know with a certainty that these are the attributes which have driven you as far as you have already achieved. They will drive you yet further still. And finally, my fourth piece of advice actually is to be bold. It is no exaggeration to say the future of our very planet depends on it. The greatest challenge of the 21st century remains to be solved by, I hope, the engineers in the room today: climate change. It is phenomenal in its scale, but we can succeed. I firmly believe this, and you will all have a very important part to play. All engineering disciplines must come together to work on this very one challenge, with perhaps the possible exception of our space engineers, but we may need you if the rest of us fail. So in conclusion, make the future your own. You and I both now hold the best degree from the best university. Be ambitious, take opportunities, and always show allyship to others. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you all.
Chancellor, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduands as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees. Master of Science, Electrical Power Systems, Abdul Rehman Shahjahan. Mohammed Ashik Tahanvali. Mei Jian Yang. Huwei Zhang. Electronic and Computer Engineering. Saidi Adetunji Adegoki. Fraser Leslie Clues. Yu Diao. Antonio Renato Duval Pombe. Thomas Fahe. Nagarjuna Gopalam. Jun Gu. Wen Shi Huang. Ninad Manoj Ingale. Rohit Prafyush Koripalli. Santosh Mudragada. Juliet Chinye Nukwa. Queen Olanri Waju. Mohammed Kudu Omar. Veronica Timosina. Jun Yu Wu. Ling Jing Yu. Jian Qiao Zhang. Geotechnical Engineering, Lydia Rose Blackburn. Daniel John Elstub. Alexander Mark Evans. Josanga Sebastião Fernandez. Mohammed Rashid Hassan. Rachel Humphreys. Emily Riley. Anissa Salsabilla. Rajiv Turaraja. Joshua Anthony Wilson. Chung Ting Wong. Geotechnical Engineering and Management, Luke Christopher Daniels. Jack Davies. Judica Mesela Laser. Ariadna Maria Marquez Mancha. Joshua Ricks. Railway Safety and Control Systems, Raju Devanrenini. Ashwinika Kumaran. Railway Systems Engineering and Integration, Amir Abatamne. Adam Ursa. Angela Violetta Goathook. Aditi Gupta. Arpit Gupta. Edgar Alexander Haywood Fitch. Justin Jacob. Dhruv Joshi. Sarabha Saluvesh. Rakesh Kumar. Uday Kumar. Gabrielle Tiam Wo Lee Ken Lee. Adnan Rao Metani Neni. Shaka Kalisa Brian Neya. Amir Rizvi. Jamie Michael Shakespeare. Road Management and Engineering, Bo Yang Chen. James Dodd. Kawali Jutipanya. Wei Xing Lian. Nathan Lytle. Gareth Arthur Pegg. Structural Engineering, Shahul Syed Afraz Abdul Aziz. Aparna Ashok. Nandhitha Chandrasekhar. Pradeep Chandrasekhar. Navin Chodhar. James Cogan Tucker. Joshua Goodwin. Ashwin Jose. Vishal Nand Kishore Kuwar. Faizan Ahmed Malik. Prithvi Manigala. Raja Pralaithan Mohanaraj. Hargobindi Rihal. Sidhu Telly. Master of Engineering, Civil Engineering, Joel Joy. Electronic and Electrical Engineering, Kretsina Tsotsi. Electronic and Electrical Engineering with Industrial Year, Callum Joseph Payhanlan. Mechanical Engineering, Marbod Origalian. William Taylor. Bachelor of Engineering, Civil Engineering, Karim Mohammed Allah Atef Araf. Ashley Claire Basford. Robert Christopher Med. Lewis Murphy. Juan Keitzer. Electronic and Electrical Engineering, Callum James Pooley. Zihao Zheng. Mechanical Engineering, Abdul Fattah Mahmood Abdul Fattah Al-Kidra. Rishi Sharan Jiva Kumar. Callum Maddock. Mohammed Masroora Rahman. Mechanical Engineering, Automotive, Dimitar Georgiev Gutev. Mingtao Mao. Mechanical Engineering with an industrial year, Kush Patel. Mechatronic and Robotic Engineering, Lewis Ackroyd. Martin Dufficy. Mechatronic and Robotic Engineering with Industrial Year, Dalma Fomusu. School of Computer Science, Master of Science, Roshnan Tamana. Haida Abbasi. School of Engineering, Master of Science, Advanced Engineering Management, Systems Management, Jyotsna Hulamani Shrivivas. Bachelor of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Fabian Hickson. Before I introduce our student representative, I'd like to invite everybody who's here at the ceremony today back to the School of Engineering for the graduates' reception, which will start at 2 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there. So I now would like to introduce our student speaker, who is today graduating with an MSc in Road Management and Engineering. Kalwali Jutipanya is going to speak to us about her views of being a graduate of the University of Birmingham. Thank you.
Hi. So good afternoon, everyone. I would like to say that it is my honor and privilege to represent the students of the 2022 graduating cohort and to deliver this speech in front of you today. Before I start, I would like to quickly thank everyone in the School of Engineering who nominated me for such a nerve-wracking opportunity like this. But it's okay. My name is Kalwali, but I go by Ken. That's my nickname. And I'm now a graduate of Road Management and Engineering master course. I was also a student ambassador, a student rep for my program. Today, I would like to share the most joyful and memorable moments of my life as a student at the University of Birmingham under the roof of the School of Engineering. This was not my first time studying abroad, but it was the first time that I enjoyed my education. I think this can be well summarized by my first day at school. When I first got here last year, there was literally a theme park in the university. There's a Ferris wheel in the Green Heart. People were taking pictures, laughing, enjoying the atmosphere of our beautiful campus. Hashtag. It was such a fun and welcoming environment. I knew I was going to love it here, and I did. I did say that this was the first time I enjoyed my education. Becoming an engineer was the aspiration my family had for me originally. I originally wanted to be a politician. So it wasn't really until I became a student at the University of Birmingham that I thought engineering was the right path for me. But actually, I want to be both at the same time. Experts from industry were brought in from well-known global companies to support every module I took. The connection to the industry that I have gained have not only given me the insights into the sector, but also made me feel more confident in my job search as well. I hope everyone here is feeling confident about the future as much as I am today. Becoming a University of Birmingham alumni is quite special for me. I feel privileged. So there are two things that I miss the most about this place. The first thing is the support available at this university and in the school. There was always support available on anything you need. If you were curious about anything, you could visit Y8, and Mandy was always there to point you to the right person. Sorry, I thought Mandy was here. Secondly, my roles as a rep and the ambassador, though I would say I miss the ambassador role the most because on my last day as ambassador, I met a prospective student who came with her mom, a beautiful young lady. They were potentially interested in chemistry and uncertain about what to choose. Hadn't really considered engineering. I gave an introduction about civil engineering and made suggestions for what else they could look into, joining one of our tours, and I'm also pointing them towards a lecturer so they learn insightful information. But anyway, long story short, they found me later in the day, and the mom walked straight to me there and saying that, thank you very much. I think you inspired us. She's now very interested, the young lady, interested in the civil engineering. You've got fantastic facilities back then. I think she will apply here. I feel very good. It gives me a smile just thinking about it. Well, I want to extend my congratulations to all the graduates here. I wish you a very smooth life, but fun, successful in everything you do, especially careers and your relationship. And to my classmates, it has been quite a year for us together. Please stay in touch to see how we continue to develop ourselves. And last but not least, I would like to thank you, Dr. Harry F. Dorides, our course convener, who very approachable, Dr. Clive Roberts, who's very caring and helpful, Dr. Chris Rogers, who's going to accept me as a PhD student. He's not here. And lastly, Daryl Johnson and all the staff in the school who have been so helpful and such a fantastic colleagues at the same time. Thank you very much.
I've been proud to be Chancellor of this great university for the past 8 years. Enormous privilege. I'm now the third generation of my family at this university. My grandfather graduated in the 1930s. My mother graduated from here in the 1950s. My uncle did his PhD in engineering here in the 1960s, and here I am as Chancellor now. It gives me huge joy to see you, who started off as graduands at the beginning of the ceremony, and you're all now graduates. So congratulations to you. All the very best. Professor Mark Sterling started the ceremony with his speech. He was the head of the college. And this university started in 1900, the first civic university in the country, the first university in this country to teach business, 8 years before the Harvard Business School. And we take great pride in all of you graduating from here. We know how hard you've worked. It's not easy to get a university degree from here, but you haven't done this on your own. You've done this because of the support of your friends, the support of your family, and the support of your wonderful teachers. So graduates, can you please stand up and give them all a huge round of applause? Thank you very much. Please be seated. Thank you. We're very lucky that we have honorary graduates from time to time. These are very carefully selected individuals. It's all the more special when they happen to be an alumnus or alumna of the university. And today we've had David Wright and Dr. David Wright. Many congratulations to you. Thank you very much. And I want to thank Professor Carl Dean, our university orator, for that fantastic citation. And our student lecturer today, Kelwali Jutipanya, who's just graduated in Road Management and Engineering Masters. Thank you for your speech. Thank you for speaking about aspiration. Because we all aspire to things, but then you've got to achieve. And hopefully your achievement will lead to inspiration for others to aspire, and then they will achieve, and it's a virtuous circle. And Kelwali, you spoke very, very clearly and very sincerely about the support you have received at the university, and that made me feel very happy. The support from your colleagues, the support from the staff, the support from your teachers. So I think, Kelwali, a huge round of applause for our student-led. And Dr. David Wright, in his speech, spoke about so many things that I will touch upon in my few words to you. And he did talk about tenacity. And my career has been in entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur. I started a brand of beer called Cobra Beer, which is a household name, which I chair with a joint venture with one of the largest brewers in the world. I love manufacturing, and I love engineering. But he spoke about tenacity. And if there's one word that sums up entrepreneurs, it's guts. It takes guts to do it in the first place, but more importantly, it takes guts to stick with it when others would give up. And I've nearly lost my business 3 times, so I know what that tenacity means. Dr. Wright is a fellow of the Royal Academy of Engineering, which is no mean feat. And of course, he's receiving this doctorate for his work not just here in the UK, but the USA. The National Grid, what a huge responsibility. You've heard the stories about the responsibilities without which we would face blackouts, quite frankly. And being the chief engineer, the responsibility of transitioning to net zero, huge responsibility of the coming years, £45 billion worth of assets, having worked on submarines. And as you heard from the orator, it's a career of adventure and a career of challenge. And I think that he said, it described him as a thoroughbred engineer. So we have a thoroughbred engineer over here. And at COP26 in Glasgow last year, as president of the Confederation of British Industry, I spent 1.5 out of the 2 weeks there. So I know the huge responsibility that lies with people like David to take us forward in the road to net zero. Research is something we're very proud of in our university. We have Nobel Prize winners. We have 10 Nobel Prize winners. If you see the exhibitions in the corridors of Sir Peter Medawar, who won a Nobel Prize in organ transplants, you'll see the work of 2 dentists who invented the first airbags after treating servicemen with severe facial injuries from vehicle accidents sustained during the First World War. Literally, go left or right in these corridors and you will see these exhibits. We have the Tyseley Energy Park. We're finding renewable energy, long-term solutions to end fuel poverty. We're working with the NHS to develop treatments and technologies that will save millions of lives. Our medical school is one of the top in the country, attached to one of the largest hospitals in Europe. And the Bramall Auditorium, Elgar, the famous composer, was our first professor of music. So here are a few messages. You're leaving when you go out of this hall as graduates, but I'm sorry to say, you're never leaving. This is Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave, because you are forever now members of the University of Birmingham alumni family. You are joining 350,000 fellow alumni in every corner, and when I say that, I mean almost every single country on this planet. Now, if you were graduating from an American university, I became an alumnus of a famous American university a few years ago through executive education. The day I became an alumnus, the next day I received an email asking me for money. We're not quite so blunt over here, but please do give. Because I know every one of you here is going to be successful. When the time comes, give money, but not just money, give your time, give your mentoring, come back, visit, lecture, mentor. And as for jobs, if you don't already have a job, guaranteed you're going to get a job, because we have one of the highest rated in employment in this country for any university. So I can say that with confidence. The Commonwealth Games. How many of you here watch the Commonwealth Games on TV or live? Can I just see a show of hands? And billions of people around the world did. You know, I'm so proud of this university. We played a bigger role than any university in the world has ever played in any games, Olympic, Commonwealth, Asian, you name it, European. We played a bigger role than any university has ever played in any games. We're sponsors of the baton that went around the world. I was a baton relay measuring air quality, air pollution, transmitting it back to our scientists here who are analyzing it. We were major sponsors of the games. We had hockey on our campus. We had squash on our campus. We had 2/3 of the athletes staying on our campus right here. And King Charles, when he was then Prince Charles, came and visited our athletes' village, and I heard firsthand that he was very, very impressed. So this university goes beyond and further. And then to top it all, our students take part in the games, either as students or alumni, and we won 2 golds and a silver and 2 bronzes. So that's Birmingham University for you. And we're a global university. Earlier this year, I brought an idea to the university soon after I became Chancellor, not quite 8 years ago, but maybe 7 years ago. And we formally opened our brand new Dubai campus, the first Russell Group university to open up a campus in Dubai, a state-of-the-art campus, absolutely impressive. And in its first year, we have students from over 66 countries. So this is what this university is all about. It's inspirational. What you've learned here is going to be phenomenal. The expertise, the knowledge, the skills, the ability to analyze, to debate, to deal with people, respect, to work hard, to support people, and to be aware of global challenges. So your careers ahead of you, you have been very, very well prepared, quite apart from the specific subject that you've just graduated in. Well, I've been in the House of Lords for 16 years now. When I was appointed 16 years ago, I was the 3rd youngest peer in the House. I'm still one of the younger peers in the House. Our average age is 70. A lot of wisdom in the House of Lords. But I can tell you something about this great country. Please, please, please be proud of graduating from the University of Birmingham. Why? Because we are, without exaggeration, not just a Russell Group university, not just one of the top universities in the UK. In the latest world rankings that have come out just this year, we are one of the top 100 universities in the world. And be proud of that. And this country, 1% of the world's population, we have 17 out of the top 100. 1% of the world's population, we have 16% of the highest rated research papers. And testament to that are the doctoral students today, the PhD students, almost 24 of them that have graduated today. The doctors deserve a huge round of applause. Now here's something else. Graduates, how many of you are international students? Can I see a show of hands? How many of you are international students? Look back at this. Just look back. Look back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I came as a 19-year-old from India as an international student to this country, as did my mother, as did my uncle, as did my grandfather, and my other grandfather. I'm now the head of the international students in the UK. I'm president of the UK Council of International Student Affairs, and I co-chair the All-Party Parliamentary Group for International Students. We are proud of our international students in this country, not just because of the money that you bring in, which we're very grateful for. Thank you. More importantly, we're grateful for the way in which you enrich our universities and enrich the experience of our students here. And you are forever going to be ambassadors for Birmingham, ambassadors for Britain, and friends of this country, generation-long links. My 86-year-old mother sitting in India today, her best friends, who she's in touch with regularly, are friends from Birmingham University. And all this nonsense you hear from one or two government ministers talking about cutting down on international students, they're talking nonsense. We're going to increase the number of international students. Now, here's a bit of reality. It's tough out there. This is a horrible, horrible environment. I started my business in a recession. You are going into a cost of living, recession, energy, horrible war, the Ukraine war. I would just say this, the Stockdale paradox. Face that reality. I can't say anything about it, it's real. But have that optimism that one day we're going to get to the other side and we're going to get through it. And as for the war in Ukraine, I spoke at the funeral, the memorial service of Archbishop Desmond Tutu, one of the greatest people that has ever lived on this planet from South Africa, very close to Nelson Mandela. He passed away just a year ago. And I spoke at his memorial service, and I quoted him, and I'm just going to quote this to you before we conclude, a speech that he made in apartheid South Africa in 1988, before Nelson Mandela was released in 1990. And he said this to the apartheid South African government. It's very pertinent to what's happening today in Ukraine. He said, "You have already lost. Let us say so nicely, you have already lost. We are inviting you to come and join the winning side. Your cause is unjust. You are defending what is fundamentally indefensible because it is evil. It is evil without question. It is immoral. It is immoral without question. And therefore, you will bite the dust, and you will bite the dust comprehensively. So let us hope and pray that that war ends, and when that war ends, the whole world will be freed from the horror that is taking place there." The last bit of advice is, don't think you've finished your studies. You never stop learning. Mahatma Gandhi said, live as if you're going to die tomorrow, learn as if you're going to live forever. So lifelong learning is real. The honorary doctorate spoke about innovation. We have here one of our stars of innovation, Professor Clive Roberts, who read out all your names when you came up. He is a guru in the world of railway engineering. He is the rock star. He has just flown back. He has just flown back from India this morning. He advises the Indian Railways, one of the largest railways in the world. And I've seen firsthand when we won a Queen's Award, this university, for the railway department, and Prince Charles, then now King Charles III, I joked, and he said, we're developing a hydrogen-powered train, Your Royal Highness. And I joked and I said, sir, one day the royal train will be powered by hydrogen. And we all laughed. Well, that laughter became reality at COP26 in Glasgow. Thanks to Clive and his team, we had the world's first hydrogen-powered train, Hydroflex, developed by this university and business and government working together. So congratulations, thank you for all that you do. And finally, Dr. Wright said, innovation and creativity. Just be creative. And he said, be bold. The famous saying of the Duke of Wellington, fortune favors the bold. And he said, believe in yourselves. And another favorite saying of mine of Mahatma Gandhi is, your beliefs become your thoughts, which become your words, which become your habits, which become your actions, which form your character, which determine your destiny. So believe in yourselves. And finally, I say this not flippantly, but sincerely, good luck. Because good luck is not just good luck. The best definition of luck is when determination meets opportunity. Stay determined, take advantage of the opportunities, get lucky. Good luck and congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. I now declare this congregation closed.
Congratulations to our new graduates. The attendees applaud our new graduating class. To close the ceremony, the maces are collected from the stage. The mace bearers lead the procession of staff and new graduates out of the Great Hall. The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni is now closed. The live stream has now ended.